Hello and welcome to our coverage of this PL2 Division 2 game between Nottingham Forest and Middlesbrough here at the City Ground. I'm your commentator, Matt Davis-Adams. Well, the Reds in excellent form just now. They find themselves in the playoff places with just 2 games of the regular season to go. So a win here tonight would further increase Forest's chances of making the end of season shake-up. Borough arrive having reached the semi-final of the PL Cup, but their Premier League campaign has been a disappointment so far. They start the evening 12th out of 14 clubs. No relegation from Division 2, so no concern in that regard. But they will be keen to end a difficult season on a high. It's actually the 5th meeting between the sides this season at this level. They faced off twice in the Cup. Forest won the reverse league game by a 1-0 back in September and come into this evening's match in search of a 5th successive league victory. Andy Reid makes 4 changes to the side that started against Stoke last time out. George Shelvey replaces Jordan Smith in goal. Rezat Rama is preferred to Baba Fernandez in a 3-man defence. Finn Back comes in on the right with Alex Gibson-Hammond switching to the left. Josh Barnes gets the nod over Ollie Hammond in midfield. So the Forest team in full. George Shelvey is the goalkeeper. A back three of Rezat Rama, Riley Harbottle the captain and Jonathan Panzo. Finn Back and Alex Gibson-Hammond are the wing backs. Billy Fuster and Josh Barnes in central midfield with Julian Larson, Will Swan and Atif Kanate the front three. As for Borough, they have Oliver Swan in goal, Kane Sykes, Bryant Bilongo and Farrell Willis at the back. George Gitau, Afonso Lindo, Joe Gibson and James Lea Saliki in midfield. Kamil Conte, Jeremy Seavey and Alberto Balde complete their lineup. It will be Borough in their change strip to get things underway, kicking towards the Trent end in the first half. Forest subs Nicky Hogarth, Ollie Hammond, Aaron Donnelly, Marcelo Valencia and Baba Fernandez. The replacements for Borough are Fenton John, Frankie Whelan, Stephen Walker and Nathan Fisher, and our referee is Adam Herzeg. Well, Forest so good in the league of late. Those 4 wins have all been pretty comfortable ones too. Level on points with 5th place Stoke coming into the match. 3 ahead of Burnley and Newcastle in 6th and 7th. Stoke play Burnley tonight. Both of those 2 teams have a game in hand on Forest. And if Forest can take care of their business in the next 2 games, they should be in the playoffs at the end of the season. That between the teams who finish from 2nd to 5th. The semi-finals are one-off games. As Back launches it forward up toward Will Swan. Here's flick on. Chased by Julian Larson, celebrating a new contract signed this week. The Swede wearing number 11 for Forest today. Bilongo will take the throw for Middlesbrough. Larson up there challenging. Borough, as I say, only a couple of points above the relegation zone. Well, not the relegation zone, the bottom side. No relegation, as I say, in PL2 Division 2. 4 points behind Birmingham, who are the team just above them. So they'll stay where they are, regardless of the result tonight. Here's Willis. Decent challenge on him by Billy Fuster. Borough will be encouraged by the start they've made, though. Bilongo losing out to Larson. Chance for Forest to at least get the ball out of their own half. Lindo straight onto the head of Finn Back. Panzo then dabbed one down, but Borough quick to get possession back again. Well won by Back. Borough first to every second ball at the moment though. Down the line for Willis. Moved it on first time. Good challenge to take Civi off the ball. Gitau over on the far side. Panzo looking to try and win it back for Forest. Now options in the middle here for Borough. It's a really good challenge from Riley Harbottle, the Forest skipper, albeit he slipped and Gitau will be able to regain possession for Borough. Everybody appealing. Referee's assistant could hardly have been closer, and he says it's the first corner of the game and it goes to the visitors. 0-0, 3 minutes on the clock. Borough probably thinking that they come here without anything to lose, really. Got that semi-final to prepare for in May, but in terms of a playoff chase, that has long bin beyond them. Free of pressure, they've come to attack by the looks of things. Straight into the gloves of George Shelvey, who turned 21 today. It's an excellent clearance as well. A chance for Konate to stretch his legs for the first time. Such a talented player, the Frenchman. Looking for room for a shot, maybe. It was a decent challenge from Gittout, which meant that it didn't get anywhere near the goal. Fuster looking for room for a cross. Better from Forest in the last minute or so. Getting a period of sustained possession for the first time in the match, really. Panzo. Shelvey very comfortable with the ball at his feet, as is the way for modern goalkeepers. Larson trying to pick out either Konate or Swan. Swan almost managed to make something of it. Here's Willis. It's a good ball over the top, actually, and Alberto Balde could be in here. Panzo did really well, held him up, put his foot in and won the ball. Larson just wouldn't quite run for a shot for him. So Forest, with the team just below them with the game in hand, but their goal difference is so superior. 2 wins will get them in the playoffs. And here's Konate looking to make it 1-0. Decent cut back, great chance here. And the shot from Will Swan was straight at Oliver Swan in the Borough goal. Excellent play from Konate again though. Forest starting to warm to the task now with 5 minutes on the clock and the score at 0-0. Willis seen plenty of it in the opening stages. This is Kane Sykes. Now, Leah Saliki, who is a part of the Middlesbrough first team squad, he's on loan from Rent, building up some fitness by playing tonight. It's a lovely ball from him as well, albeit Farrell Willis had started his run of fraction too early, and the referee's assistant puts the flag up for offside. So Forest enjoying the City ground tonight. Part of the rules in PL2 are that clubs must play at least 3 games at their main stadium each season. Here's Panzo. Got it back from Gibson Hammonds. Good pressing from Middlesbrough. Not allowing Forest a moment to settle on the ball, and that's not a great clearance from Shelvey. Straight to Leah Saliki. He fancied his luck from all of 35, 40 yards. Couldn't keep it on target. Worth a go. I mentioned this is the 5th meeting between the two this season. Forest won the reverse league fixture at Borough back in September by a 0-0. Not been more than a goal in any of the games between them this season, actually. Traded 2-1 wins in the PL Cup. Borough coming forward with purpose again, but the shot driven into the side netting by the skipper Joe Gibson. Gibson, one of those who's got first team experience for Borough this season. Played in the FA Cup 3rd round game, not too far from here, Outfield Mill, when Borough were lucky to get away with a 3-2 win. Both these senior sides are hoping to get in the Championship playoffs, of course. But Forest under 23s with their focus on getting a place in the playoffs to get up to Division 1 of PL2, which would be an extraordinary achievement in Forest's first season at this level. It's a good flick on from Finn Back. Andy Reid pitch side just giving some instruction to Riley Harbottle. He'll be happy with how his team have responded in the last couple of minutes, but maybe Mark Tinkler, the Borough boss, more satisfied with how the opening stages have gone. Here's Willis. Back trying to pin him back. Oh, one back by Rammer. He's going for a wonder here, the centre half. Gibson Hammond. Infield for Konate. So good at finding those pockets of space as Atif Konate. Thought about the shot for a second there. Back offering the width right side. Panzo. Harbottle trying to bring back into play now. Willis has had was a slightly risky one, but in the end he managed to find a colleague. Good challenge from Rammer. Oh, and that almost broke for Atif Konate. Here's Sykes. Borough have only won twice away from home in the league this season. In fact, they've been beaten in 10 of their 12 matches on their travels. It's a big reason as to why they are so low down the league table this time round. That's not a good clearance from Swan. Can Forest capitalise on it? Flag's gone up against Will Swan as his shot cannons back off the upright. Well, for all that Borough have enjoyed plenty of possession in the final third, it's Forest who look the more likely to get the opening goal so far. Hammered in hard to Gibson, did well to control it, and then he had his leg hooked from underneath him by Billy Fuster. And there's Saliki. I'm not quite sure what he was trying there. In the end he turned it straight back to Shelvey. And he bowled it out quickly for Konate, but it was a difficult one for him to control. And again, as has been the pattern of the opening stages, whenever Borough do lose the ball, they're quick to get it back. Harbottle. Again, not being allowed to settle on the ball. Confident enough to bring it out of defence, and a little nudge in the back gives Forest a free kick. Harbottle, one of the Forest players with first team experience this season. A couple of the boys out there tonight started the League Cup ties. Shelvey clipping it left side. Gibson Hammond in an advanced position. Good defending, initially at least, from Gitau to take the ball from him. And the Borough wants a free kick there. Panzo on Civi. Referee says it's a throw only. Borough beaten 3-0 at home by Wolves last week. They've just struggled to get any kind of consistency throughout the season. They've only won back-to-back games on a couple of occasions and never more than 2 in a row. Here's Leah Saliki. Gibson saw that the ball was on the inside channel for Willis. Gibson's got it back. No relation, by the way, to Steve Gibson, the Middlesbrough chairman. It's Ben Gibson, his nephew, who used to play for Borough. Nice touch from Gibson. Balde couldn't return it to him. Strong challenge from Rama, had to go to ground to win it. And that's over the head of Swan. His namesake comes a long way from his penalty area to deal with it. He's got to get this right. Played it safe into Leah Saliki. Here's Lindo. Impressive start from Middlesbrough. Not playing like a team near the bottom of the table. This time of year, as with every club at every level of football, there are players playing for their future, whether it be with their current club or elsewhere. So even though there's nothing to play for, particularly in terms of league positioning for Borough, They're not short of motivation individually. Now Larson looking to get in between the defenders, almost managed it, was always second favourite. It's Willis who emerges with the ball. That's a really good pass, which has taken Gibson Hammond out of the game for a moment. But again, Borough stopped in their tracks by the flag of the assistant referee over on the far side. 0-0, 14 minutes into the game. Beautiful late spring evening at the City grounds. Floodlights on, but for now we are still bathed in spring sunshine. Referee's given that to Borough, much to Forest's surprise. Leah Saliki. Hammered forward by Kane Sykes. Civi trying to drag Panzo out of position. Kanate came in and did some defensive work at the expense of a throw. Balde's header straight to Gibson Hammond as it turned out. Might be a chance for Forest to break here. Borough committed a few forward. That's a really good ball as well. Swan's come a long way from home and he has dealt with that emphatically. Had to do so as well. It was pretty much 50-50 between he and Julian Larson. Again, just some encouragement for Forest though, even if it does have to be on the counter. There will be opportunities for them in this game. Kanate dropped back into his own half to get a touch of it, but only a brief one. Balde moved it on for Gibson. Again, Harbottle with the challenge of being helped out as well. Backs ball into midfield. Nice touch off from Swan. Lovely cushioned header from Gibson Hammond. Again, the Borough press just relentless. Forest managing to work their way through it now. Here's Larson. Kanate trying to hold his line. He wanted that early. Finn back with the ball in his hands, looking for somebody to toss it to. Good header won by Barnes. Here's Kanate. This is where he can do his damage. Fed it out for Gibson Hammond. He's got plenty of time to measure across. Wants to take his man on instead. That's good defending from Gitau. And eventually he wins the free kick. A solid start to the match on the right side of the Borough defence. New balls, please. In terms of the situation at the top of Division 2 of PL2, Fulham, the champions, long since promoted. Mirroring the first team, they were actually promoted by February. It's the team who finished first who automatically go up, and as I was saying, second to fifth go into the playoffs. Second plays fifth. That game gets played at the home of the side who finished second. And that was a heavy landing. And Jeremy Seavey's going to need some treatment as a result of it. Honest attempt from Panzo. It's just the way that Seavey landed, I think, which has caused him some discomfort. This breaking play just giving Forest a chance to regroup. Civi, another one of those who's played for Borough's first team this season, albeit just the once. It was back in August in the League Cup defeat at Blackpool. Well, Andy Reid taking this opportunity to just get some messages on to his players. Forest coming into the game full of confidence, in such good form. And it's Borough who have settled the quicker of the two teams. We'll see what impact, if any, this break in play has. So as I say, it's Fulham who've won the league. Wolves currently the team in second. This is the as it stands table. Forest would go above Norwich at the moment on goal difference if they picked up a point tonight. Stoke, the team in fifth. It's 0-0 between they and Burnley, by the way. 3 points between those sides. At kick-off, Burnley in sixth. Remember, it's positions 2 to 5 that go into the playoffs. Some really strong academy sides in this division this season. Wolves, Norwich in particular. It looks like Civi's going to be okay to continue. Once he's off the pitch, play or restart with a drop ball. Can't contest those anymore, of course. Rama looking long, asking a bit too much of Will Swan. Sliced up into the air by the Borough keeper. Here is Civi, let's see how fit he is. Rama. He's back, away from Willis. And then back asking Larsson to chase. It's over the head of the defender. It's a really good ball, picked up by Konate. Larsson's continued his run. Konate almost picked him out. Any sort of contact there, and I don't think Swan would have been able to make the save. Better from Forest on the front foot now, with 20 minutes on the clock. Here's Panzo. Everything in front of Harbottle here. Konate, such a difficult player to mark. He pops up in all kinds of areas of the pitch. This is really good from Forest. Back for Konate. The Reds get their first corner of the game. Starting to motor now though, and no surprise that Atif Konate is at the heart of most of the good things that the home side are doing. It's the Frenchman who's going to take the corner himself. Harbottle and Panzo both come forward from defence for it. Thumped over by Konate into a really good area. Borough switched off for a second there. Used to working it back to Harbottle. Larsson couldn't link up with Konate that time. He's going to test out Swan here though. Again, decisive from the Borough goalkeeper. Konate. Another nearly moment for that Forest front three. Starting to get more and more influential in the game. But here's Willis at the other end. Didn't want to take a shot with his right foot. And that's deflected, and that took the sting out of it. And the effort from Conte. Shelby opting to go long this time. Getting back first to the ball in the air. Willis looking to bring Balde into play. A little nudge on Rama, but the referee was happy with that. Here's Gibson Hammond. Shelby under pressure, only able to find a Borough player. Balde knew that he couldn't get involved with that because he would have been offside. No, George Shelby hasn't had a save of any serious note to make so far. Forest defending has been as impressive as their goal scoring in recent matches. This run of 4 successive wins have all come with clean sheets attached to them. During that time, the Reds have scored 11 times. And played up towards Kanate, couldn't get it that time. Willis. Now Kanate's managed to pinch it back. Got Swan up there with him too. Swan trying to hold his run and stay onside. Here's Gibson Hammond. Again, Gitau getting the better of that battle on that occasion. Leah Saliki. Did not like that challenge from Kanate. Referee, I think, will have a word with Atif Kanate, but be surprised if there's any more punishment than that. Leah Saliki quickly sprang back up to his feet. Could kindly call that a forwards challenge from Atif Kanate. Final warning rather than a yellow card. Oh no, it is a booking. Well, referee set a standard for himself now. Kanate's going to have to tread carefully for the rest of the match. Thudded upfield by Swan. Balde couldn't win the header. Borough do get the second ball though. Here's Gibson. Forced Gitau to go backwards with his pass. Trying to wriggle free from Gibson Hammond. I was just about to say it was good defending from the Forest man, but the referee's closer than I am and he says it was a foul. Free kick in a decent position here for Borough. Good angle to it. Opportunity to try and pick out the likes of Balde. Not a particularly physically dominant team, Borough. One-man wall comprised of Kanate. It's a decent delivery as well, but it was Finn Back who got his head to it first and puts it behind for Borough's second corner of the night. I mentioned that Shelby's not really had a save to make yet. Borough have actually failed to score in 3 of their last 4 league games. They have had plenty of possession so far. Gibson worked it to the edge of the box, loads of space there for Sykes. He took the shot but didn't really connect with it, and Forrest got a little lucky there. He was able to make his way to the edge of the penalty area and track Kane Sykes. Balde. Now Forest appealing for offside. Flag stays down for now. And it's Gibson who has a go. And now Shelvey has made a proper save. It's good handling from the Forest keeper. Worth a pop from that kind of range from Gibson. Good challenge from back. Gibson, influential figure in the game so far. He's found Balde. And again, Balde is stopped in his tracks by the flag of the referee's assistant. Frustrating for Borough. They've got into some decent positions, only for the flag to deny them. Forest going for a 5th win in a row, home and away in the league, and a 7th at home. Good cushioned header from back. Swan looking for Larson, and the other Swan called loud and clear for that and made sure it was his. Leah Saliki's got to be careful here though. Wanted more time on the ball than Fuster was prepared to allow him. Balde with Panzo at his back. Here's Panzo now. It's a lovely ball. Opportunity for Forest here. Canate just couldn't get on the end of Gibson Hammond's pass. Conte. Forward by Sykes, only as far as Panzo. Panzo again. Here's Rama, chance for the Albanian to cross halfway, put the brakes on when he got there. Here's Gibson, who was caught by Rama there. And how's the referee going to view this one, having booked Canate a moment ago? Half an hour gone, 0-0. It was one of those fouls really that Rama needed to make, because Gibson could have been away and clear had he not. Plenty of cover though, and that may well mean that Rama escapes without a booking for that. Indeed he will. Rama's clearance charged down by Balde. Managed to hook it over his head second time round. There's Saliki. Good challenge from his opposite number, Barnes. And in the end, it's Forest who get the free kick this time. Canate wanted to take that quickly. Lovely switch out toward Gibson Hammond. Can he keep it in play? Not quite. Nice idea. Clearance shovelled into the stand. Barnes and Leah Saliki again coming together. Again, the decision goes the way of the Forest man. Fuster. Space for Rama now. Got back hugging the touchline. Came infield instead. Nicely done by Larson. Good strength too. Canate. Pirouetting his way across the pitch. Bryant Belongo is going to take the throw for Middlesbrough. Back and Fuster challenging each other for it. Belongo put that one straight onto the header back. Seavey will look to make life difficult for Harbottle, but he knew he was there. Shelvey looking for Canate. Important header from Sykes, albeit Larson was almost able to get on the end of it. Here's Lea Saliki. Moved on quickly by Belongo. Lindo. Lea Saliki again. Played 11 times in the Championship this season for Borough, albeit not for a while. Belongo not in a hurry to take the throw. And Lindo forced to go all the way back to Swan because Canate was applying the pressure. Harbottle, nice take on his left foot. He's played it into the channel for Canate, who is offside. Must have been tight. Referee's assistant bang in line with that though. Now Rama's got to judge this right. Really awkward for him with Balde breathing down his neck. And he got some help from his mate Finn back. Rama just asking the question of the referee as to whether Balde was putting too much pressure on him. Good header from Harbottle once more. Gittal found himself forward. He's a long way out of position now, the right back for Borough. Harbottle. Fewer than 10 minutes of the first half to go. Still waiting for the breakthrough at the City grounds. Now back. Can he cut it back for Swan here? He's managed to. Oh, it's a good save from Oliver Swan to deny Will Swan the game's opening goal. Really good play from Forest. Here they come again with Larson. Broken out as far as Fuster. Again, back offering the width. Pass was too short though. Well, that's the closest we've come to a goal by some distance. Oh, I think Back managed to keep that in. Referee's assistant's a long way from that. Andy Reid's right in front of it, as is the fourth official. Certainly appeared from my position high up in the gantry here as I hadn't crossed the line. See Mark Tinkler, the Borough coach, in your shot there. Might remember him from his time as a midfielder for Leeds and York and Southend and others. Promoted to under-23 coach at the end of last year. Haven't been in charge of the under-18s, but the previous incumbent Graham Lee took the first team job at Hartlepool. So Tinkler stepped up to the under-23s. He's been working in the Borough Academy for over a decade. Lea Saliki, has he got too much on that? There's a game effort from Gitao, but always seemed unlikely to keep it in, and he couldn't. Willis. Lovely give and go between he and Gibson. Nice ball for Balde too. Panzo's got to get this right. That's a really good challenge from the Forest defender. If he'd mistimed it, it would have been a penalty and maybe a red card. For a moment, he looked second favourite. Corner number 3 of the first half for Middlesbrough. Again, Gibson's the man who's going to take it. Worked it short this time. Bottle able to get it up to safety. Now Gibson. Got a better angle for a cross, but he smacked it straight into Finback. Still 0-0 in the game between Stoke and Burnley, which Forest have an interest in. If they take care of their own business, they don't need to worry about what anybody else is doing. Had the better chances of the first half. That one from Will Swan, the standout opportunity thus far a couple of minutes ago. Good save from this man, Ollie Swan. Barnes, Konate, can he get there? Again, the flag goes up. He might have had half an idea about that. He was pretty casual in the way he went for the ball. Good time to remind you that Forest are in the FA Youth Cup final for the very first time. They'll play Manchester United at Old Trafford on the 11th of May. More than 20,000 tickets have already been sold in, including 2,500 Reds. If you want to get yours, go to the Man United website. All the information and how to buy tickets is there. And cheer on the lads as they look to win the FA Youth Cup for the very first time. He's back. Putting the pressure on his opposite number, Gitao. Gitao's had a really good first half. Just put it through the legs of Back to get away from him. Now Balde, has he got the pace to get there ahead of Rama? He's put it round him, but showed a bit too much of it to the Forest centre half and then clipped him over. It's good defending from Rezat Rama. A couple of minutes of the first half to go. Forest have had opportunities so far. They've come up against the goalkeeper having a good night in Ollie Swan. He's made a couple of impressive saves so far. Clip forward by Bilongo. Here's Willis. Again, Rama's got to be concentrating here. Oh, and they managed to cut it back to CV, and he's blazed it over from the edge of the 6-yard box. Best chance for Borough by some distance, that. Excellent approach play from Willis. CV leaning back as he took the shot, and it ended up in the Trent end rather than in the back of George Shelvey's net. Back just putting his arm across Willis there, and the referee didn't like that. Oh, Willis took the free kick quickly there. Larson pinched it from him, but the referee wasn't ready. Both the full-back / wing-backs for Borough impressing in the first half here, Gitau and Willis. Balde kept that in play apparently. And managed to win a corner off Rama. Strong end to the half for Middlesbrough. Again, Gibson the man for the set pieces, as he has been throughout the opening 45 minutes. This might well be the last chance for either side to break the deadlock before half time. Harbottle's header straight back to Gibson. Took it away from Swan. Oh, and played it into a really dangerous area as well. Nobody from Borough could get a telling touch, and Shelby looking to get Forest moving up the other end. Not that time. Well, Andy Reid might be grateful for half time. Borough really stepping it up in the last couple of minutes. We'll have 2 extra minutes. Clip forward by Sykes. That's a really good ball. No flag this time. And Seavey wasn't able to square it to his strike partner Balde, who would have had a tap in. Mentioned earlier, just a couple of wins for Borough away from home in the league this season. Most recent of those was back in January at Aston Villa. They also won the derby against Sunderland. CV thought that Gitau was a lot further advanced with the ball than he was. Lovely play from Gibson Hammond. Swan, he's managed to touch it off for Canate. Chance for Forest right at the end of the half here, maybe. Canate on his left, into Swan, back to goal. Refused to decline the opportunity to have a shot. And Forest have to go all the way back to halfway. Good defensive shape from Borough there. Sloppy turnover though. Harbottle's got a chase on here up against Gibson. Now that is that for the opening half here. Well, Forest have had the better of the opportunities, notably through Will Swan. Canate's looked good too, but it's Borough who've enjoyed the lion's share of possession, and CV really should have put them ahead right at the end of the first half there. At the break at the City Grounds in this PL2 Division 2 game, the score is Nottingham Forest 0, Middlesbrough 0. Back with the second half soon. Welcome back to the City Ground, 0-0 between Forest and Middlesbrough after the first half of this PL2 Division 2 game. Forest with the better of what chances there were, albeit Borough did miss a great one through Jeremy Seavey right at the end of the half. No changes by either manager at the break, so Forest with George Shelvey in goal, a back three of Rezat Rama, the captain Riley Harbottle and Jonathan Panzo. It's Finn Back and Alex Gibson-Hammond as the wing backs, with Billy Fuster and Josh Barnes in midfield, Julian Larson, Will Swan and Atif Konate, the front three. Konate, the only player to be shown a yellow card in that first half. Borough have Oliver Swan in goal, Kane Sykes, Bryant Bilongo, Farrell Willis and George Gittow at the back, Afonso Lindo, Joe Gibson, James Leah Saliki, Camille Conte, Jeremy Seavey and Alberto Balde completing their lineup. Forest subs: Hogarth the goalkeeper, Hammond, Valencia, Donnelly and Fernandez. The replacements for Borough: John, Whelan, Walker and Fisher. Still 0-0 in that other game, near the top of the table by the way, between Stoke and Burnley. Back Hills are throwing down the line, albeit it was quickly intercepted by Bilongo. Nice ball round the corner from Konate. Here's Swan. Oh, it's a great ball in from Swan and lifted just over the crossbar by Barnes, who had to take that first time. Really good approach play again from Forest though. Swan normally the goal scorer, trying to turn provider. Barnes had timed his run perfectly, just couldn't keep the finish down when it came his way. Forward by Sykes. Seavey taken on by Gittow. Important touch to knock it behind for an early corner in the second half from Rama. And in making that challenge, he's hurt himself. Borough's corner count goes up to 5. The Forest defender might need some help here. Able to get back to his feet. Don't think he liked the challenge from Gittow. Referee's assistant on this near side had a good view and said there was nothing wrong with it. Well, Gibson took all the corners in the first half, but he's ceded the responsibility for this one. He's worked short back to Sykes. Here is Gibson. Fancies a hit from range. Always high, rising, and into the Bridgeford end. Mentioned it's been a disappointing campaign for Borough, particularly in the context of last season when they were only a place and a point outside the playoffs at the end of it. I've played in Division 1 of PL2 fairly recently, promoted in 2015, albeit they came back down the following season. Gibson-Hammond. Forced back by 2 Borough players, but made sure he kept Forest in possession with Panzo. And his Harbottle. Seavey again working really hard. He did that a lot in the first half. Just trying to unsettle that Forest back line. Konate brought down. Painful one for the Frenchman. He needs to be helped to his feet by Panzo. Wonder if Panzo speaks to Konate in French, having come from Dijon and previously been at Monaco. Gibson-Hammond. Really well watched that by Lindo. First corner of the second half for the Reds. Konate has recovered from that challenge a moment ago and he'll take the corner. Group of players inside the 6-yard box and then another posse just around the penalty spot. Walloped over by Kanate, flicked away by Lea Saliki. It's good play from Swan to pinch it off Seavey. Eustace ball in. Oh, it's a slice that's come through for Harbottle, and a fabulous block to stop Forest from taking the lead by Sykes. Bit of momentum for the home side now, though. Kanate thought about taking a quick one. Again, he thunders it over, but straight behind. Five minutes gone, second half. Decent start from Forest. Still, we await the first goal of the evening. Remember, Forest coming into this on the back of 4 straight wins, 8 from the last 10 in the league. Only been beaten once in that run. And they do usually score. Only in 3 of the 24 games up to this point have they failed to find the net. Still plenty of time to do so tonight. Good header from Harbottle. Sykes smacking it high into the night sky. Larsson's done really well there to win Forest the throw in on halfway. Pans out. Shelby had to get rid of that quickly under pressure, just slightly under hit from Panzo. Out, trying to get it back from Panzo. Wasn't that much contact, but enough for the referee's assistant, who was right by to wave his flag and the ref to give a free kick. Just one trying to chest it off into the path of either Larsson or Fuster. A little bit stop-start the second half. Good pressure from Swan. Now Sykes. Got Gitau to his right. Swan using his strength to good effect for as long as he could. It looked as though that was a foul. Play goes on. Here's Gibson. That definitely is a foul from Harbottle. Referee playing advantage though. And then when he saw there was none to be gained, he not only pulls it back for the free kick, he pulls the card out of his pocket and books the Forest captain. Well, once he was committed to the challenge, Riley Harbottle was always going to result either in a perfectly timed tackle or a free kick, and unfortunately for him it was the latter. Gibson's delivery from set pieces has been pretty good so far. He's the player over the ball here. Harbottle, the player who got his head to it. Well, that's an important challenge to stop a breakout there. Here's Lea Saliki. Now Swan can get Forest moving forward here. Gibson Hammond takes over. Larsson's the man he's trying to pick out. It's a really important touch from Kane Sykes. Otherwise, Larsson would have been one-on-one with Swan. Supporters not happy with the referee giving a free kick there. He has at least been consistent, albeit maybe a little fussy. Might only take one goal to win this game. Remember, it's the 5th time they've played this season, and as I mentioned in the first half, never more than a goal in it. 1-0 to the Reds in the reverse league fixture, 2-1 either side in the PL Cup. Now Konate. Just ran out of room as he took it over to the far side. Space for Gibson Hammond to run into here. Options ahead of him too. He's going to have a pop himself. It's straight into the back of Guitao. Onside here, Gibson Hammond. Really good run. Nice cut back too. Great leave. Larsson, can he stick it in? Forest take the lead. Brilliantly worked goal. And Julian Larsson with a late birthday present. Turned 21 yesterday, signed a new contract this week. And now he's got a goal to celebrate as well. 56 minutes on the clock. It's Forest 1, Middlesbrough 0. And Julian Larsson has his 9th PL2 goal of the season. All about the approach play from Gibson Hammond, that. Exceptional from Forest left wing back. Good leave as well from Swan, who was unselfish when he could have gone for goal himself. But he sensed that Larsson was better positioned to do so, and he made the most of the opportunity. Back's been able to pinch it, and he's carried on his run here. Finn back. Swan in the middle, Konate far side. That's who he was trying to pick out. And that has just about stayed in, and Konate's recycled it. And here's Gibson Hammond again in that threatening position. Borough wary. Larsson, almost 2 goals in as many minutes. And now, see if he can lead the break for Borough. Nice open field to the game now. Forest players pouring back into position. And between them, Back and Barnes did a good job of holding Civi up. Forest's final game of the regular season is away at Birmingham this time next week. Borough finish against the bottom side, Reading. Still 0-0 in the game between 5th place Stoke and 6th place Burnley. Forest wouldn't mind a draw in that game. Now then, card's going to come out here for Leah Saliki. The Forest players didn't like that challenge at all. It's just a booking. It's Atif Konate, the player who was side down. And that is maybe a hangover from what happened between the two players in the first half. Konate is in pain, and Leah Saliki would be well advised to walk away. Well, he's a marked man in this division because of what he can do with the ball, Atif Konate. That was the only way Leah Saliki could stop him. Well, the immediate concern will be about Konaté's continued participation in this game, but of course Forest will be desperate to have him available if they do make it to the playoffs. He's such a key player in the team. It was naughty from Lea Saliki. Do see it from time to time in PL2 when you get first team squad members, if not first team players, involved in the games. They can often show their frustrations. In both divisions of PL2, teams are allowed to field 3 overage players, 3 outfield overage players, plus the goalkeeper. And Lea Saliki comes into that category at 25. Well, Konaté able to get up and walk off of his own accord, which is a good sign. It looks as though he'll be all right to continue. Round about that time, the hour mark, where both Andy Reid and Mark Tinkler will be starting to think about potential changes in personnel. It's a lovely ball over the top from Rama. Well defended in the end, so that back couldn't get his cross in. Will be a Forest throw. Still down to 10 men at the moment, but Konaté is just waiting for the signal from the referee that he can rejoin the action. And Forest now back up to the full complement of players, leading by a 1-0. Came from Julian Larson 5 or so minutes ago. Conte clearing it into touch. Well, for all that they were on top in terms of possession in the first half and did miss that great chance for CV, you just wonder if Borough have got a goal in them tonight. Mentioned that they haven't scored in 3 of their last 4 matches. Just one shot, took a couple of deflections. There's Konaté. Oh, you could see what he was trying to thinking of doing. Couldn't screw it back on target though. Certainly if Forest get a second goal, it'll be very difficult to see a way back for Middlesbrough. Whilst it is still just one, they are still very much in it, of course. Konaté having his shirt held right in front of the referee by Kane Sykes. They're paying him close attention, but also think they're trying to get into the head of Latif Konaté, who isn't moving particularly freely. Still feeling the effects of that cruncher of a challenge from Lea Saliki a couple of minutes ago. Now, there's a problem also here for Gibson Hammond. And Forest, I think they're going to have to make a change here. Just on the stretch, looks as though he's pulled something. Forest do have a ready-made replacement in Aaron Donnelly, who is naturally a left-sided defender. Indeed it is going to be. Aaron Donnelly was sent off in the last game against Stoke, who will come on at the next break in play. Shelvey. Unorthodox from Lindo. And then a foul on Gibson gives Borough the free kick. And that will give the opportunity for the substitution to happen. Real shame for Gibson Hammond, who'd done so well to set up the goal. But his loss is Donnelly's gain. It's a slightly nervy contribution, first contribution from Donnelly to the game. Didn't get a shout maybe to say that he could have let that go behind, but it's a Borough corner. They're up to 6 of those now. Forest have brought everybody back to defend this. Approaching the 3-quarter mark of the game. Julian Larson's goal, the difference between the teams. Borough about to make a change of their own. They'll take the corner first though. Good header from Harbottle. Back's clearance only as far as Gibson. There's Saliki. Oh, what a goal. That is extraordinary. First time bent into the top corner. And Borough draw level in style. Forest will fume because they might well feel that Lea Saliki shouldn't have been on the pitch to take that shot. But it was a fine effort. And Borough are back in it. And they will make that change now. Stephen Walker coming on for Balde, so change up front. Well, let's see how Forest respond to the concession of that goal. Not much that anybody really could have done about it. Certainly not Shelvey. Ball was past him and in his net before he knew it had been struck. Here's Kanate. That's a really good ball. And on the stretch was Will Swan. Was that a foul on Harbottle? Yes, it was. Gibson took the heavier landing, but it's Forest who get the free kick. Harbottle having won it, he's going to take it himself. Kanate making a move off the ball. Swan dropping deep. And goes all the way back to Shelvey. Sykes got that wrong. Panzo can quickly restart play. Canate found a bit of space. Here's Panzo again. Good challenge on him from Conte. It's just about managed to keep that in play. Here's Leah Saliki. Gibson. Borough's tails up. They think they could take all 3 points. Right place, right time. Was Barnes to get it away. Visitors not content with a point, it would appear, and that might work in Forest's favour. They continue to put bodies forward. There might be space at the other end to exploit. Forest going to make their second substitution now. Ollie Hammond is the player who's going to come on, and he will take the place of Billy Fuster. Hammond on then, player with an eye for goal, 6 of them so far this season in Division 2 of PL2. And his first cap for Wales under 21 at the end of last year. Inside the final 20 minutes now, Leah Saliki over the free kick for Borough, having restored parity with a quite brilliant goal a couple of minutes ago. Conte's ball down the line. The referee's given that as a foul by Aaron Donnelly, and the advice of his assistant. Leah Saliki with targets lined up on the edge of the penalty area. Good ball in as well, well claimed by Shelby. Came through the crowd, made sure that was his. Civi doing his best to try and stop him getting the clearance away. Picked up by the Forest goal scorer Larson. Canate a little sloppy with his touch, the ball got away from him, but it's a Forest throw. Here's Canate again. Lovely turn to get away from Leah Saliki. And then he underhit his pass. Donnelly's header, but just too far ahead of Swan. Decision's gone Forest's way this time. Larson. Harbottle. Plenty of options ahead of him. Span it with the outside of his boot. Lovely ball. Hammond couldn't quite control it though. And this time it's Borough who get the call from the ref. Still goalless in that game between Stoke and Burnley. As it stands, Forest are going up to third by virtue of a better goal difference than Norwich. But they will only have one game left to play. Everybody else still with a couple more matches left. Here's Panzo. Gave it away a little carelessly. Conte on for Gibson. Gibson not had the influence in the second half he did in the first. Hammond's clearance only as far as Willis. Arbottle's had a really good one. Borough still waiting to find out who they'll face in the semi-finals of the PL Cup, by the way. Beat Stoke a couple of weeks ago in their quarter. Semi will take place next month. And the referee's given that as a Borough throw. Players from both sides getting a bit frustrated with the officiating in the game. It will be a Borough corner. Worth reminding you again that Forest are in the FA Youth Cup final for the very first time. They'll play Manchester United at Old Trafford on the 11th of next month. Already more than 2,500 Reds fans have bought tickets for the game. Over 20,000 have been sold already for United and Forest fans. If you want to be there for what could be a landmark night for the Forest Academy, go to the Man United website and you can purchase tickets. Could be a glorious season for Nottingham Forest at every level. Women have got a final of their own this weekend to come. And Gibson back on corner duty. He might not get the next one after that though. Leah Saliki putting it back in. Break on here for Forest if they can work it quickly. Here's Konate. Got Larson ahead of him. Borough Body's getting back in position. Hammond's ball. Larson. Back, can he keep that in? He did, he cut it back as well. It was good defending, albeit at the expense of a Forest corner. Heading toward the final stages of the game. Still 1-1. 12 minutes and stoppages to go. Konate's going to send this one in. The referee saw something in there he didn't like. Are we going to get a winning goal in the time that remains? Point by no means the end of the world for Forest, but it would bring to a halt this winning run. This being the final home game of the regular season. They'll want to finish it with a victory. And the higher up the table they finish, the more chance there is that they get a home tie in the playoff. Remember, if they do get in the playoffs, teams who finish second and third get to play at home. It's a one-legged game. And if you make it through that and into the final, it's the team who finished higher in the league in the regular season who play host. No foul on Swan there, apparently. He was expecting the referee to blow his whistle. Donnelly looking for the big switch, didn't quite get enough height on it. Picked up by Hammond, played it into the path of back, who's rapid and able to turn away from his man and find Larson. And Larson got the shot off and it almost broke for Canate, but Kane Sykes was there to get it clear. Back again, becoming more influential as the game goes on. Brave goalkeeping from Ollie Swan. Sliced his clearance. Well won by Gittout. Lost by Leah Saliki though. Here's Canate. Chance for Forest here. Larson from range. Goalkeeper's grabbed it. Plenty of time to set himself for the shot there, Julian Larson. In the end, it was a pretty straightforward save for Ollie Swan in the Middlesbrough goal. A hand in the face of Canate there from Sykes. Play goes on. Challenge was firm but fair on Swan. And then Sykes was able to mop it up, and that's turned into a good pass. Seavey with Panzo at his back. And eventually Panzo using too much force for the referee's liking. Borough waiting to make another substitution here. It's Leah Saliki, the goal scorer, who departs. In this place comes Frankie Whelan. Gibson over the free kick then. Any goal now might well be the winner. Borough player went down in the penalty area there. No appeals. Arbottle playing for touch. Forest haven't created that many chances since the goal from Larson. Suspicion of a foul throw there. Referee happy for play to go on. Gibson lost out. Turned over pretty cheaply to the new man Whelan. Shade over 6 minutes, plus stoppage time to play at the City Ground. 1-1 the score, both the goals in the second half. Forest ahead, 11 minutes after the restart through Julian Larson. That lead lasted a little more than 10 minutes before Leah Saliki hit a beautiful curler from 25 yards to tie things up at 1-1. Lindo. Gittout did well to get a toe to that. He carried on his run too. Pass was too close to Donnelly. forward by Hammond. Header was from back. Nicely done by Bilongo. Back, chipping one over the top, looking for Canate. Lindo managed to stretch out one of those long legs and take it, but then the free kick's conceded, and this is a good opportunity for Forest. Inside the final 5. Who's got the moment of quality to win this game? Canate looks as though he's going to take the free kick. It's a good angle here. Possibility to whip one across the goalkeeper's line of sight, maybe play one to the edge of the box. Harbottle and Panzo both come forward for this. Canate surveying the scene in front of him. Decent cut back for Larson. Straight off the training ground, that one. Everything but the finish from Julian Larson. It looks as though Forest might have to settle for a point tonight. Still goalless between Stoke and Burnley. As it stands, Forest going up to 3rd in Division 2 of PL2. Booming header from Harbottle. Larson won't give that up. Goalkeeper had read the danger. He's done that pretty well all night, actually, Swan. Knowing when to come off his line and when to stay at home, particularly in the first half. There were a couple of incidents where he came for the ball and won it decisively. Another good header from Harbottle. He's had a solid game back there, the Forest skipper. Now, can Canate get on the end of this? Just too close to Sykes. Swan forcing him to put it out for a throw, though. Larson going to grounds, and referee's assistant was right by that. A little bit of afters between he and Bilongo, who was reluctant to give up the ball and still is. Now then, what can Canate conjure here? Referee wants a word with Bilongo. He wants more than a word with him. He's going to show him a yellow card. Canate again over the set piece then. Forest looking for a late winner. 90 seconds of the 90 minutes thereabouts to go. Oh, it's a good ball as well, and Swan got the touch to it. Whose was the final touch? It was a Borough player. It's behind for a corner. Forest pressing hard for a winning goal here. Final minute of normal time. I think we'll get 3, maybe 4 for stoppages. We'll find that out soon enough. Again, it's Canate who delivers. Good header as well. Harbottle put it back in there. Now Borough looking to break. Oh, it's a really good ball. What a chance. And the header from Willis was tame. And it's harmlessly wide. Impressive break from Borough from one end of the pitch to the other, but Stephen Walker, having picked out his colleague, was disappointed not to see him put the header in. final change coming up for Borough here. And it is number 11, the number 11 of Civi, which is up. And on to take his place comes Fenton John. Not in a rush to depart the scene, Civi. That great chance in the first half where he fired over from 6 yards. And the referee holds up 5 added minutes at the end of the game here, so still time for somebody to win it. Back's throw. Conte. Here's Konate trying to get away from Sykes. Oh, he just couldn't quite thread it through. Going to be another card here. This one shown to Rama. Borough not committing everybody forward for this. Forest have left Will Swan on halfway. Referee wants to exert his authority once more. Again, it's going to be Gibson who will send in this free kick for Middlesbrough, looking to pinch all 3 points in stoppage time. Good header away from Rama. Here's Gibson again. Harbottle's header almost turned into a good pass for Konate. Picked up by Gitao. Konate blocking off his route forward. Gitao's ball over the top, but Shelvey the firm favourite to get there, and Julie did. Stopped from getting out quickly by Lindo though. Referee was happy not to give a free kick for that. Shelvey skyward. Good header won by Back. Still a couple of minutes of stoppage time left. Borough not in a hurry to get on with this though. Now Gibson's waving everybody forward. In fact, he's going to let the goalkeeper take it. Remember, they're only playing for pride really, Borough. They'll stay where they are in the table regardless of the result tonight. Panzo won the header. Konate just misread the flight of it. Sykes decided that, again, safety first was the best option. Donnelly's got to get on with it though. Seconds of the match left now. He's won a really good header there, and that'll come for Larson. Chested it off for Hammonds. Here's back. One last chance for Forest, maybe. In it comes from back. Canate couldn't quite get there. Game not done yet. Hammond looking for room for a cross of his own. Gibson stopping that from happening. It's a Borough throw, and that will probably be that. And they are not in a hurry to take this throw in. Bilongo, who's not endeared himself to the supporters inside the stadium, trotting over at a pace that can generously be described as leisurely. And there is full time. Frustration for Forest. Pegged back here. All the goals in the second half. The Reds went ahead through a lovely finish from Julian Larson 11 minutes after the restart. Looked as though they were on their way to 3 points, but a wonder goal from James Leah-Saliki, who can consider himself slightly fortunate to have been on the pitch at that point, drew Borough level, and from then on neither side could find what would be a winning goal. So Forest's final game of the regular season at home ends in a draw. Final score here: Nottingham Forest 1, Middlesbrough 1. Many thanks for your company. We'll see you again soon.